Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to use XLOOKUP in Microsoft Excel. You will also learn how to use XMatch in Microsoft Excel. So friends, XLOOKUP and XMatch are the new functions in Microsoft Excel. They are available with the Microsoft Office 365 subscription. And in place of VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, IndexMax or lookup function, you can use the single function XLOOKUP. To enable the XLOOKUP with your Office 365 subscription, first you need to become an Office Insider. I'll tell you how can you enable the Office Insider program in your Office 365 version. Just go to the file, then go to the account. Here you will find a button which is Office Insider. Just click on that button and click on change channel, and from here you can select your channel, the current channel and the Vita channel. So I have selected here the current channel. You can select the Vita channel also. Current channel provides stable updates, however the Vita channel provides the more frequently, but the update may not be stable. Okay, so according to your requirement you can choose whatever channel you want to choose, and then you will get the XLOOKUP and XMax function in your Excel. To know more about the Office Insider, you can visit the insider.office.com and you can learn more about that. Now I will tell you how can you use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. I will explain you using various examples. So let's move on to the first example. The first example is how we can use the XLOOKUP in place of VLOOKUP. So here we are taking this example wherein we have employee ID, employee name and sales amount. So let's take few employee ID here. So I'm just taking few employee ID, just random employee IDs, and just copy and paste those employee ID here. Now I will use the simple VLOOKUP here. You can get it using the VLOOKUP. So let's use the VLOOKUP, then lookup array, the employee ID, comma, table array, we will use this one, and to get the sales amount we know the sales amount is on column number 3, so we will use here comma 3 comma 0. We will get the sales amount here. Let's fill this down. So we are getting the sales amount here. Now how we can get the sales amount using the XLOOKUP in place of VLOOKUP? Now let me copy these employee ID. Now we will get the sales amount on the base of these employee ID, but we will use here XLOOKUP. So I will use here XLOOKUP. Then the syntax of the XLOOKUP is pretty much simple. Here we have the 6 arguments, but for now we will use only 3 arguments which are mandatory. Rest 3 arguments are optional. So we will use the only 3 arguments here. The first one is the lookup value. So lookup value, like VLOOKUP, we will use this employee ID, comma, lookup array. Now lookup array we will use from where we have to search this employee ID. So we know this employee ID is available here on this column. So we can select this column. Now comma, and we will provide the return array from where we want to return our data. So we want to return from sales. We will select this column only. Okay, so this is our return array, and just close the bracket and press enter. You can see we are getting the result. We have not put any kind of column number here. So let me fill this down. Now I will tell you why XLOOKUP is better than VLOOKUP. Let's say if we need another column after employee name, let's say we need a supervisor column. I'm just inserting a column here and I'll put name as supervisor, and then you can put your supervisor name. But just look at this VLOOKUP table. Here sales amount is 0 now. However, in the XLOOKUP function the value is still there. So why it is happening, I'll tell you. This VLOOKUP is still getting the value from the column number 3, which is column C. If we will put here supervisor name, let's say PK, and we fill this down, then it will return PK, not the sales amount. So it will be incorrect. In that case, you have to change this number from 3 to 4. Then it will return the value again. However, in XLOOKUP you don't have to do that. Alright, now I'll tell you the another thing here. So let me undo this. Let me copy the same employee ID here and same here also. Now on the base of VLOOKUP we have to get the employee ID as well as the sales amount. So on the base of this column we want to get these two columns. Okay, so here if I will use VLOOKUP, then the simple employee ID and the table array, we will take this range. First we will take comma 2 comma 0 and just close the bracket. Then we can use here the same formula. We just need to change the reference and we can fill this down. Okay, but to use the XLOOKUP we can use this in one formula only. I'll tell you how can you use that. So use here XLOOKUP and just provide this lookup value. Lookup array will be the employee ID and then return array we need these two columns. So we will select both the column together and just close the bracket. As soon as I will press enter, I will get the result in both the column. I just need to fill this down, this formula, and you can see automatically we are getting the sales amount here. Alright, in single formula we can get the result in both the column employee name and sales amount. Let's move on to the next example. In this example I will tell you in the XLOOKUP you don't require the if error function. So the error handling function is not required in XLOOKUP. So let me give you one example. So let's take those employee ID from here. So let's change few employee ID. So let's put here this employee ID and let's put here this. So we have these two incorrect employee ID. Okay, so let's put the same employee ID here and here and here. Now I will use the VLOOKUP here, VLOOKUP and lookup value and then table array, this one, comma 3 comma 0. So it is returning the sales amount, but wherever the employee ID is not available it will return the #NA error. And let's say we want to display blank in place of this #NA error, then we can put here if error, this one, then we can put here blank. Just close this, fill this down. Okay, so wherever employee ID is not available it will return blank, but in the XLOOKUP you don't need to use this if error function separately. I'll explain you how can you use that. So here you can use simple XLOOKUP, lookup value will take this one, lookup array will be this column A, comma, return array we will take the sales. Now if you will see the fourth argument which is optional, but here you can provide if not found. That means if particular employee ID is not found in the employee ID column, then what should return? So I can put here blank, then it should return blank and just close the bracket, press enter and you can fill this down. So here you can see automatically it is returning blank. And same method you can use here also, like we have used in the previous example. Alright, so now let's move on to the next example. In the next example we will see how we can create the buckets using the VLOOKUP as well as using the XLOOKUP. Let's say we have the employee ID, employee name and sales amount. Here we have our bucket table. If we have 0 to 10, then we will put here below 10, and 10 to 20, then it will be 10 to 20, and similarly for the other buckets. Create the buckets using the VLOOKUP. We will use VLOOKUP. Then lookup value we will take sales amount. Select this table array, press F4 to freeze this, comma. Here we will take 2, comma. This time the match type we will take approximately match. So I will put here true or I will put here 1 in place of 0 and just press enter. It will return the relevant result. Fill this down. So here you can see 23 will come between 20 to 30, 9 is below 10, 49 is 40 to 50. So it is returning the result on the base of this table. Now if I will use the same thing in the XLOOKUP, how we can achieve this? Let me show you. I'll use here XLOOKUP, then lookup value I will take this, and the lookup array. So I will take this sales. This one you can select this range, press F4, comma, the return array. Return array we want to return this one. Make sure the reference size of lookup array and the return array should be same. Press F4, comma. If not found, let's say blank. Then the next argument, which is match mode. In the match mode, we can use here exact match for 0, which is default value also. But in this case, we want to match by the exact match or the next smaller item. So we can use here next smaller item. Okay, and just put here -1 and just close. Press enter. So we are getting the same result, you can see. So either it will return the same value if it is matching 23 here, but since 23 is not here, then it will match with the next smaller. So next smaller of this 23 will be 20. So it will return this value. Alright friends. Now I will tell you why XLOOKUP method is better than the VLOOKUP. So friends, VLOOKUP will work when this table is properly sorted in this order. If it is not sorted, then it may return the incorrect result. Let me sort this table according to my requirement. So let's say I'm sorting this by bucket. So let's sort this A to Z. Now here you can see it is not returning the value for this one, which is below 10, but our XLOOKUP is still returning the value properly. And if you will see these two line item, let me highlight, then you can see it is 58, but VLOOKUP is saying it is below 10. Because sorting has been changed, so it is saying it below 10 and it is actually above 50. And same for this 67 also. Okay, and if you will see here, the same thing is happening with this record also. Alright, so VLOOKUP will work whenever this table is properly sorted. However, XLOOKUP can work whether it is sorted or not. So XLOOKUP is more powerful than the VLOOKUP. Alright, so let me undo this. Now I will give you one more example. Let's say I'm putting here some sales amount. Just provide me the employee name who have made the 10 sales or less than 10. If we will see, there is no employee who have made 10 sales, but this particular employee has made the 9 sales. So we can use here XLOOKUP, and let's take this sale amount. Lookup array, let's take this sale amount, comma. Return array, we will return the employee name, comma. If not found, then let's return blank. Then match type, we can use here -1, because we want to return the exact match. Either it should be 10 or less than 10. So we can select this one, -1, and just close. It is returning the name of this employee, you can see here. What if I will put, let's say here 40? Then it is returning this one. So you can see there is no employee with the 40 sales, and this is only employee which is next smaller number than 40. Alright, same you can use here in place of -1, exact match or next larger number. So let's put here 1, then it will return this employee. After 40, we can see here this is the employee which have the 43. So we don't have any employee with the 40, but after 40 is the 43 number here, and that is for this employee. Alright, now let's move on to the next example. In the next example, I will show you how the wildcard can work with the XLOOKUP. So friends, first I would like to tell you wildcard works with the VLOOKUP also. Let me give you the example with the VLOOKUP also. So let's take this one with VLOOKUP and let's take this with XLOOKUP. So let's say if we want to get the sales using this wildcard, that means we are putting some text here, then asterisk sign. So we want to say wherever the text is getting start from ORAN, the sale should be here. So we can use simply VLOOKUP, and lookup value we can use this one. Then table array, we can take these two column, comma 2, comma 0. So we are getting the sales amount here. We can fill this down and we will get the sales for the other also. So let me show you on the table also for this one. You can see this is the sales. Here I have not taken the decimal places, but if I will take the decimal places here, then you can see the exact match for this employee, the first one. Now I will tell you how can you achieve this using the XLOOKUP. We will use here XLOOKUP. Lookup value this one. Lookup array the employee name, comma, return array the sales amount, comma, if not found put blank. Match type, here we will use wildcard character match and just close the bracket. You will get the same value. Now I will tell you how the XLOOKUP is better than VLOOKUP when we are using the wildcard. If you are using the normal wildcard, then both are same. But what if you don't want to use the wildcard? I'm saying your actual name of the employee is like this. Now how can you find this sale using the VLOOKUP? You won't be able to find it because you are using the simple reference here. It is giving the first one. It is returning this one. But let's say if I want to get this sale using the XLOOKUP, I can get it using simple here in place of wildcard character match. I'll use here exact match. Then you can see the difference here. Now you can define the lookup value you want to use as wildcard or you want to use for the exact match. Alright, so this is the functionality available inside the XLOOKUP. You can decide you want to use it as wildcard or you want to use it as exact match. So if I will fill this down, then you can see it will return blank here because we are using as exact match, not the wildcard. So this is exactly available here, rest are not available, and we have put if not found then put blank. So that is why it is returning blank. If we want to use as wildcard, then we can put here 2, then it will return this value, the first one. Alright, so that is how you can use the wildcard in XLOOKUP. Now let's move on to the next example. In the next example, I will tell you how can you use the XLOOKUP in place of match index or index match. So let's say if we have the employee ID in column C and we want to get the sales amount from here. So VLOOKUP will not work from the right to left. Otherwise you have to use the choose function with the VLOOKUP, or you can use match index here. So here I will tell you match index. So I'll use here index. Then let's say I want to get this result. Then I will use here match function. Lookup value I will take this one. Lookup array I will take this one, comma exact match I'll put here 0. Close the bracket, close the bracket. We will get this result. Now you don't need to use the index and match function, two function here. You can simply use the XLOOKUP, lookup value this one, lookup array will be this one, and the return array will be this one, and just close the bracket. It will return the same result. Alright friends, so in place of index match you can use the XLOOKUP. Now let's move on to the next example, and here I will explain you how you can use the XLOOKUP in place of HLOOKUP. So let's say here we have this horizontal data wherein we have month in columns and we have different metrics. Now here we have the month in rows and we want to get the sales, the second row. So we will use here HLOOKUP. Then lookup value we will take this one. Then table array. So we will take this table array. Okay, and we want to get the second row. So let me freeze this first, press F4, then put here 2, row number 2, comma 0. It will return the sales for Jan month, you can see here. If I will fill this down, then it will return for the Feb, then it will return for the March. If I will use here XLOOKUP, then the lookup value I will take this Jan, comma, then lookup array, I will take this reference. In place of the vertical reference, I will take here horizontal reference. So this is my lookup array now. I will freeze this, press F4, comma. The return array, I will take whatever I want to return. So I want to return this one. Press F4 to freeze this and just close the bracket. It will return the same value. So XLOOKUP is very powerful. It can work vertically as well as horizontally. So in place of VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, you can use XLOOKUP. Alright friends. Now let's move on to the next example. In the next example, I would like to show you how the XLOOKUP can work from the bottom also. Usually when we use the VLOOKUP, it works from the top to down. Let me give you one example here. We have the dates and we have 3 employees, Jack, PK and Raj. And for each date we have their sales amount. You can see here and you can see here. Let's say we want to get the latest sale. When I say the latest sale, then we can see the date is sorted and we want to get the sale for the 4th July, which means we are saying wherever the last time PK, Jack or Raj is available, we want to get the sales amount from there. So let me delete this. If I will use here VLOOKUP and I will use Jack, this employee name and these 2 column, comma 2, comma 0, then it will return the sale for the first date, because wherever Jack is coming first, it is coming here, it is returning this sale. Let me delete this. Here we can use the XLOOKUP. Lookup value, take this lookup array. So let's take this name, comma, return array, we will take this. Now if not found, let's simply put here blank. Match type, we will take the exact match, comma, the last argument, which is search mode. Here you can put, you want to search from first to last or last to first. So first to last is the default one, we have seen that. But in this case, we want to search last to first. So select this one and just close the bracket, press enter and fill this down. Now here you can see for Jack, this is the record which is coming in the last for Jack. So you can see the sales and this is the record for PK. You can see the sales and this is the record for Raj. If you will put here 1 only, then it will take from the top. So from first to last, you can see these records. Now it is taking these one. Alright friends, so that is how you can use the XLOOKUP in Microsoft Excel, Office 365. Now I will tell you how can you use the XMatch. XMatch is the almost same function like XLOOKUP. The only difference is it will return the row number or the column number, whatever you want to match, like the match function. So let me give you few examples here. Let's say if we want to get the exact match or the next smaller item. So let's say we want to get the row number wherein sale is 200 or less than 200. So let's use here XMatch. This is the syntax: lookup value, lookup array, match mode and search mode. So let's take the lookup value, this one, and then lookup array will be the sales, comma. The match mode is the same as in XLOOKUP. So we will use here exact match or the next smaller item. You can use the exact match or next larger item. So you can see it is providing row number 2. So here we have 199. Okay, so that is why it is providing here. What if I will put here 198? It is returning row number 5. So 198 is not available directly here. So it will provide you the next smaller number than 198, which is 155 here, this one. Alright. Now for the wildcard, it will work in the same method like we have used in the XLOOKUP. We can use here XMatch. And let's take this lookup value, lookup array, this one, and match mode we will use here wildcard, this one. It will return you the result accordingly. So you can see it is returning from here. Alright, this row number. And same we can use match from the last to first. We can see this particular name is available twice. You can see it is available here in this row and in this row. So let's say if we want to see where it is coming in the last, the row number, we can use here X match, lookup value this one, lookup array, let's take the name, and here we will use exact match, and then we will search last to first. It will return 17. So this is the row number 17, you can see here. If I will put here, let's say first to last, then it will return 8. Okay friends, so these are the new function. XLOOKUP and XMatch are very powerful. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.